AI will not save you, but what I'm about to share with you will save you. Hi, my name is Phil, and I'm an executive counsel who has been doing this for 19 years across 3 continents with over $250 million in EBITDA produced from my clients. And the desire to make a difference is the reason why I want to talk to you about this today. 77% of executives believe a CEO will be ousted, depending on where you come from, in 2026, specifically because they failed their AI strategy. Okay, let me be precise about what failed means, because it is probably not what you think. Okay, I have been working on this, so let me just break it down for you. Okay, it does not mean the AI did not work. It means the CEO could not explain what it was doing, who was accountable, and at what cost. It means the board asked a question and the answer was, my chief information officer is handling that. That is where the problem is, and that answer is the beginning of the end for you. The accountability gap between what they want to hear vis-a-vis what is on the ground and you being able to lead the AI implementation. Please note, leading the AI implementation is completely different from delegating it to somebody to do it. Yes, your CIO should be able to be delegated and to implement, but leading it is your responsibility. I'll tell you why. 78% of business executives lack strong confidence that they could pass an independent AI governance audit within 90 days. Most companies are deploying AI in operations, in customer service, in decision making, and the people running those companies cannot explain how these decisions are being made or who is accountable if they go wrong. So they know it is happening, but there is not a person who is utterly responsible for what happens if it goes wrong. A research was done by BCG in 2026. CEOs and boards are aligned on the AI in theory, but they are divided in practice. CEOs believe more than a third of their performance is tied to AI outcomes. Okay, boards think only about a quarter of a CEO's review pivots on that. You just think about a third and a quarter. Now, you have a situation where the CEO thinks that AI accountability is higher than what the board does. That is not a reason to relax. The reason to lead even better in terms of the conversation before it's forced on you is paramount to your ability not to just remain relevant, but to be allowed the luxury of you doing what you need to do in terms of leading AI without people being on your back, so to speak. So, I'll give you a couple of examples, okay? Shantanu of Adobe, okay? This guy built this into a $160 billion company. He was the CEO for over 18 years, okay? And by any measure, one of the great technology executives of the past 2 decades. Now, in March 2026, he's transitioned out, and the official narrative was planned succession. The context the market read was, guess what? AI competition from emerging generative design tools. You guys know how many tools are out there who are competing with Adobe right now. That emerging of those generative tools changed Adobe's landscape. And the board wanted a leader whose entire identity was built around the new world where they intend to go rather than where Narayan had gotten them. So, this is not a story about failure at all. It is a story about fitness. The question right now that everybody is asking is our CEO the right person to lead us through to the next level? Because, quote, AI is not just changing what companies do, it is changing what kind of leader a company needs. Let me say that again. AI is not changing what companies do, it is changing what kind of leader a company needs. If you are not clear on which category you're in, are you the right leader and are you the person who's going to take them where they need to go, your board is getting there without you because they are asking the same question, and if you don't know, that means you are doing things in a different way. Now, This is what boards are demanding. And I know because not only do I have some friends in private equity, but I speak to a lot of board members because I help them to get on boards. And this is what happens. They have four things they're looking for. Okay, number one, do you have a clear AI governance framework? That's number one. Number two, who owns it? Number three, what are the guardrails around it and what happens when it fails? Do you have concrete answers for that in case you ask? Number two, do you have a demonstrated return on investment? Not projected, not assumed. No, they want to know right now, what is the actual return on the AI initiatives that you're carrying out? Number three, the ethical and regulatory compliance, especially with what's happening in Europe, because the European Union's AI governance and demands are now beginning to take a bite on global companies. Now, are you the kind of person who understands the entire ethical and regulatory environment so that you can guide the company in the most effective way? And then finally, number four, the CEO's personal fluency. This does not mean that you are an expert at all, but do you have enough understanding to challenge the CIO and the IT team about what they're implementing? Do you have enough to be able to challenge them as well as defend the strategy in case you are asked? The last one is where most CEOs are exposed. You can delegate AI implementation. You cannot delegate AI leadership. That is impossible. Now, 3 moves that can actually deliver return on investment for you, and we share this in the bridge method that we have been refining over the last 3 years, which has actually given us the ability to know what works and what doesn't work and has guaranteed return on investment. Now, move number 1, automate the friction, not the value. Automate the friction, not the value. The highest return on investment of AI implementations targets administrative drag, reporting cycles, data aggregation, compliance documentation. Okay, never customer facing decisions where trust is a product. Why? When trust is eroded between you and your clients, you know the deal. The moment there's no trust, that's it. Okay, so that's move number 1, automate the friction. Number 2, instrument before you automate. Clean up your data. Get all your data cleaned up in such a way that when you do employ and or implement AI, the return on investment is guaranteed to start immediately. Okay, what do I mean? Companies generating AI return on investment started by making their data clean, connected, and real time. AI applied to bad data produces confident wrong answers at speed. So yes, if you have fragmented data, if you have data that is not cleaned up, if you have data that has not been reviewed, then you're going to get confident wrong answers. Therefore, you are going to make the wrong decisions. And then move number 3 is make accountability explicit. What does that mean? Every AI application should have a name, should have an owner, should have a defined error protocol, and a review cadence. If you cannot answer those 3 questions for every deployment, you're not governing it. Who is in charge? What happens when it goes wrong? And what is the name of the person totally in charge of that? So, if your board asked you tomorrow to walk them through your AI governance framework, what would you show them? Would you show them what your CIO would show them, or would you ask for a couple of weeks to get ready? If the answer is the second one, you are in trouble. And the CEOs who are thinking about it that way, yeah, it's going to be tough. So AI leadership is not technology question. It is actually a leadership question coupled with a great culture of adaptability, a great culture of agility, but most importantly, a great culture of leaders that inspire people to want to do extraordinary things. Most of the guys who are struggling right now to get AI into their companies are trying to bring in AI without having created a culture and or a simple way of people understanding that it is there to enhance what they do. Now, this is the other challenge we found with the bridge method. Before we even say we're going to bring this AI thing, we prepare the team in such a way that they see it as enhancing and better for them rather than it's coming to take our jobs away. We actually have just started a pilot in a certain part of the world where the older guys who are retiring in a year's time are being equipped to teach the new guys everything they need to learn with enhanced AI. These older guys are now feeling empowered. They're feeling like they're giving back. They feel that, yes, we are being seen as not just guys who are done, but we're being seen as people who are contributing to the future of this company. They are being compensated so well for that. And most importantly, they feel they're part of the future. That is a culture of inclusiveness, but most importantly, it's a culture that gives people that most important psychological need of love. A culture that has that can never fail. So if your board asked you tomorrow and you didn't know what your AI governance is going to be about, you're going to be in trouble. So if you want, we do have the AI bridge method protocol. There's a link at the bottom. If that interests you, click the button below and get a copy of that. And if you like this, please share it with somebody else so that together we can make a difference. And remember, as you continue to be the best CEO on the planet, remember to bring somebody along. And as you do that, together we can make this world a better place. Until next time,